Hi everyone, Vanessa Sunshine, and I'm going to show you my nighttime skincare routine. So let's get started. Firstly, I would always put my hair up, into, I wouldn't call this a bun, but I just clip it up with this little thing and voila, whatever that is. Now, normally I would kind of do this step in the shower, but obviously I'm not going to do that. So I don't know if you can see, but I normally just kind of do a bit of eyeshadow, a little powder in my brows, some mascara, and that's pretty much it. I don't wear foundation, so I don't have any foundation on at the moment. But obviously if you wear foundation, just adapt these steps to yourself to suit you. So I'm just going to go in with a warm little pad and remove my makeup. The reason that I do this with just water at the start is because I wear this mascara and it's like a tubular mascara, so I'm just going to try. Yeah, it just kind of, can you see that? Is it going to focus? It just kind of like peels off my eyelids. And I'm going to go like full panda bear here and just massage that makeup. Okay. Then I go in with some olive oil, and this is just some olive oil that I've put into a small little container. Now, I have only ever used Cobram Estate olive oil on my eyes, so I cannot vouch for any other brand of olive oil at all. And I then just use the olive oil to clean off the rest of the makeup from my eye area. If you're wondering why olive oil, it's because I used to use coconut oil. However, I got an infection from using coconut oil on my eyes, and I actually ended up in the emergency room and my eye blew up and I literally looked like Quasimodo from the Hunchback of Notre Dame. And the doctor was like, "You're so lucky that like they caught it," because they had to drain my eye. I don't know if you can see that. That's how much makeup the olive oil gets off. Yeah, so they had to drain my eye, and pretty much the doctor told me that the reason I'd got an infection was because of the coconut oil, and it had got into one of my, I think, tear ducts and just blocked it, and it had become infected with bacteria, and that's why I use olive oil now. And I just find it's a little bit lighter on the skin if I ever do have to use it on the rest of my face. It doesn't really clog my pores up. Then I am all going to go in and cleanse my face. Now, my cleanser, I use this Dr. Bronner's Castile soap. And I mix that with 2 drops of tea tree oil. Probably I'll do 1 drop today because my skin's not, I don't know if you can see, this is my skin with no makeup on. So my skin's not too congested at the moment. But I always do like 1 to 2 drops, and just a very small, I don't know if you can see that, literally like this much of the Castile soap. And then I always use cold water on my face. I never ever ever wash my face with hot water, and I just do it with my hands. I don't do anything like super fancy. I don't use any fancy tools or machines or anything. I'm pretty easygoing, and I like a very simple routine. So it doesn't look like much is going on. It doesn't like froth or foam up or anything like that. It just gets the job done. And then I'm gonna go in and just wipe that off my face. Now, I don't do this step every day. I probably do this twice a week, but I'm going to show you. And I use this Tribe Skincare scrub. And it's all, I think it's all organic. So it has coconut milk powder, stevia, organza, rice powder, white and pink clay, papaya, pineapple powder, vitamin C, pomegranate, so all these good things. And I just do one little scoop of that, and I put that on my hand, and I just mix it with a little bit of water. I don't know if I can show this to you guys. Anyway, it turns into like a paste, and I then put that paste on my face, and it turns into kind of like a mask. I like it when it's a bit more on the watery side. So I just scrub this in. Can you see? Obviously you look a little bit scary, but that's okay. I always concentrate products into my cheeks, like my cheekbones and my forehead, because I don't know why, that's where I always get, is it cystic acne? Like the really like ouchy pimples. That's where I seem to get them if they ever crop up. And I've just got a little bit of slight congestion going on in my forehead. And I think that's because I've been having digestion issues. Has anyone seen like those, it's called like an acne face map, and they believe that like certain parts of your face are linked to certain parts of your body. So like your forehead is linked to like digestion and gut issues. So if you're having like gut issues, that's where you'll start to get acne. Like down here is like your hormones, and I think this might be like your liver and stuff. Anyway, look it up. It's like super fascinating. And I'm so curious if like anyone else has had this happen. So I just kind of let it semi-dry. You can either let it fully dry, but I don't like to do that. I look like I've gone out in the sun and something has gone very wrong. Okay, so the mask has dried a little bit, and I'm just going to take that off with some cold water. Again, I never use hot or warm water on my face. The only time like I will have hot water touch my face is if I'm in the shower. Okay, at this point I will go in with a Q-tip, and I use actually these Q-tips, and they don't have, like this part of the Q-tip isn't plastic, it's paper, and it will compost down, which I think is great. And I will go in and use my olive oil in the Q-tip, and it's when I will go around my eyes, in my lashes, and I will just get off any residual makeup that didn't come off the first time round. It's never really a lot, but I just like to make sure they're squeaky clean. Okay. Then I will go in again and cleanse with the Castile soap and the tea tree oil. if I wasn't doing the scrub, I would just double cleanse. I would just do this step twice in a row. And I always double cleanse. I don't know any different. I've always done it. And sorry, I'm closing my eyes because I like to just do my whole face and really get in there. I find that even the tea tree oil, it's gentle enough to use around my eyes because it is mixed in with the soap. It'll probably burn your face off if it's just itself. And then I'm gonna go in with my washer and take it off. I'm gonna pat my skin dry. I always pat, pat, pat. I never like rub my face either. And I'm not, oh my goodness, I have one of my own hairs on my lips. I don't know if you can see, like it really gets it all off. I've got a little bit of congestion happening on my forehead, but it happens. Then I go in with this salicylic acid. This is one of my absolute ride or die products. I could not live without this and the benzoyl peroxide, which is part of one of the next steps. So I just use one of these little rounds and I tip it on and I will go all over my face, concentrating more on the areas that I know I'm prone to getting acne, which are here and my forehead. So I always concentrate this over those areas. Then I turn it on the other side and I use the other side of the cotton pad as well. Okay. Next, I will go in with some jojoba oil. Now, this is the only jojoba oil I have ever used. I have tried other brands before, and even though they kind of claim they're organic and everything pure, they're not, because this oil like absorbs straight into my skin. It doesn't like leave like a lingering feeling. And I also can tell a difference because I put this in my hair sometimes as well. And I know if the product has fillers in it, it never ever absorbs into my hair. Sorry, this is like such a rough process. I literally just smoosh it all over my face. And I rub it everywhere. Okay. Now I also use, this is called Glycerine. And I get Glycerine online. I buy it from a store called BioMe. And I just use a tiny little bit and I just put it on my fingers. And glycerin is in a lot of moisturizing products actually, if you look on the back of the ingredients. So I just use the pure form. And I concentrate this around my lips and this area of my face, because this is where my skin gets a lot drier. I think I have combination skin. So this is always quite oily, my forehead, and this part as well. But this part is always like, I need to like add extra moisture there. So I always add moisture there. Okay, then I use Benzoyl Peroxide. So this and the Salicylic acid I get from Clear Skin Clinics, and they are my like absolute like must-have products for acne prevention. And sorry, I forgot to show you. I just put like about that much on my finger, rub it in, and I put a lot more on my forehead, and I just concentrate the product into my skin. If I had like a pimple kind of pop up as well, I would just get like a little blob and just stick it on the pimple, and I would go to sleep with it on. And I find that that also really, really reduces the size of the acne, because no one likes it. Like no one. No one's like, yes, the pimple popped up today. Unless you're like, what is that? Dr. Pimple Popper. Like, I'm guilty of loving that a little bit. Now, if it was winter, this is the only time I would do this. It's really hot today. It's like 36 degrees, so I'm not even going to bother with this step. But I would go in with this moisturizer. The labels come off, but it's the Moisture Plus from Clear Skin Clinics. And I would also add this step in after I put the glycerin on my face, just for added moisture, especially in winter in Melbourne. But I don't really need it today, so I'm gonna just skip that step. And then the very, very last thing I will do is I will moisturize my lips. At the moment I'm using this lip balm by Dirty Hippie Cosmetics, and I was after an alternative lip balm that wasn't in a plastic container. So this is what I've been using at the moment. I think it's pretty good. The only thing is, like, you have to be so careful about how far you push it up, because I've pushed it way too far and you can't get the product back down. And that's it, everyone. That is my nighttime skincare routine. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to let me know in the comments what you thought. If you've got any questions, let me know. And let me know what you also would like to see next. That's me. I'm done. Bye.